Hi, this is JP Morgan.
And this is Kenneth Merrill.
And we have with us today
Lezl Gonzales.
Lezl is here to help us compare these two gimbals, one with another. One with another? We've got the Zhiyun 2, not the Zhiyun V2, but the Zhiyun 2, and we're comparing it with
the DJI Ronin S.
I've been really curious about these two gimbals. Which one's better? Which one's smoother? Which one's easier to set up? We're gonna start answering all those questions. What else do we want to know?
I think the biggest thing for me is like how flexible is the gimbal, how quick is it to use in different circumstances, and what kind of things can you do with it. I know the Ronin S boasts like a couple cool features like the 360-degree roll and stuff that I can only see myself using maybe once in my entire life, but we're gonna try it out.
We have to do that, we do. Special shout out to Borrow Lenses, who sponsored our segment here today.
They're a great place to find any gear that you just want to try out, or maybe something that's too expensive for you to buy. Or if you have something that you can't find locally, you can have them ship it straight to your door.
So Borrow Lenses, check them out. So let's talk about some of the tests we're going to do here today. First off, we're going to use the same operator. Kenon's going to operate so that you're not dealing with operator error. You see the same operator doing each shot with the different cranes. And that way you have, it's a much better comparison of what each of them can do.
The first thing we want to test is we want to do kind of a medium pace jog.
Well, that's the most difficult because you're running with these things.
Yeah.
It's hard to walk really smooth because you're moving fast.
And we're using these legacy 5D Canon cameras.
Yes,
well, one of
we
them's
are.
a 70 Mark II, but
That's right.
anyways, they're heavier, so the motors are gonna have to work harder to keep it stabilized. So we'll see which one does the best with the run. This running shot is really good considering how bouncy I was and how heavy that camera is.
Absolutely. I mean, it's very impressive. I mean, you can see a little bit of the breathe in it, just a bit, but you know what? There's not enough unless you're a camera person. You're not going to be focused on there. You're looking at her, you're looking at what's going on.
Right off the bat with the Zhiyun Crane, I notice a lot more jitter.
You see a little bounce in the corners of the frame for sure.
And there was no auto calibration with the camera's weight on it that we could figure out at least.
Both these gimbals would be a little more comfortable with an A7R III or an A7 III, something that's just a little lighter and easier to run. Okay, I'm at the top of point 2 here. If it survives in its SKB case. So there you have it. It landed face up. Let's see if the camera is still recording. It is, it's still recording. It's looking good. This thing's been dropped about 8 or 10 times now. In this case, this camera's doing great. So there you have it. It still survived. Keep those cameras rolling. Keep on clicking.
We also want to do a low mode and underslung mode. Both of these can do that. I'm finding that the Ronin underslung mode makes a lot more sense. It's easier to get into and control, but we'll see how it looks. The underslung mode on the Ronin is super easy. I loved it. So easy to get into. Again,
which one is
pretty
this here?
smooth. This is the Ronin.
Well, I'm feeling a little bit of bounce in that though.
It was harder to control it underslung like this, and yeah, it's not quite as stabilized. The Zhiyun Crane, to shoot underslung, it was very convoluted to get into it, and I felt like I didn't have nearly as much control because the joystick isn't easy to use, and there's tons of bounce on it.
Boy, there's a ton of bounce on it, yeah. So this is a tougher move, or a tougher look to be able to do that underslung, because you're bouncing up and down and pulling that thing up, but boy, that's really bouncy.
Yeah, I think the Ronin wins again on that round.
Yeah. So the next shot we're going to do is that kind of underslung up into her face, which is a really nice thing you can do with this, which really is an advantage for a gimbal, and especially these, because you have that ability to come up and to go up into her face, which looks really nice. It's like a crane move.
You can't even get that with like a professional Steadicam.
No.
Because the way it's built, the gimbal is very unique in being able to do those dramatic
It's like a jib arm up. Yeah.
I loved how easy it was to do this with the Ronin, just the way that you use the trigger
You sound
and
like
the
Ronin
joystick.
fan here, fanboys. That's what we're gonna
I
get
know.
accused of, aren't we?
Well, I mean, it was just so easy to use. Whereas the jib, it wasn't terrible, it wasn't hard on the Zhiyun Crane. It took a little more finagling. The joystick doesn't work in the same way. You can't make those fine-tuning adjustments on the fly that you can with the Ronin joystick, but once you get it working, it's fine.
The classic for me is the walking around somebody, you know, just that, I think that looks cool. I love that shot.
Yeah.
So we have to do that shot.
I always like that one.
I love this shot, the 360. You know, I just think it's so fun. Like you're coming up on someone, you kind of roll around them. Even if you don't use the whole shot, it's just a fun look.
Yeah, it's super, man, this Ronin is so smooth.
That's just really pretty.
Yeah, really pretty shot. Again, the Zhiyun Crane, you have a little bit of that bounce. It's not as bad because I'm not sprinting, but overall, just a little less
Just
smooth,
feels
a little more jittery.
Yeah, it really does.
And finally, we want to try out the 360-degree flip on the Ronin S. Maybe we'll try the 180. It makes a little more sense to me.
Do the 360. Go all the way
Okay.
around. Let's look at it. What the heck? I'm interested to see this.
The Ronin has a really crazy ability to do the 360-degree. It's kind of fun.
And why would you not use that in every video?
Every video.
Every single one.
What did you think?
Well, it's pretty obvious. It just seems like the Ronin is kind of hands down smoother. The downside is you're working with a heavier gimbal, and that's probably one of the reasons it's smoother too.
Mm-hmm.
You've got more weight that you're working with there, you know, which just keeps it a little more balanced. You know, you're not bouncing up and down as much, but that's the downside. But on the upside, it's just really a smooth and easy to set up. I mean, I balanced it in just a couple of minutes. It was not hard to set up. Well, so the one thing you said you really did like about the Zhiyun Crane was the fact that you could just grab the camera and position it to look where you want it to look.
I forgot. Yeah, I really do like that feature of the Zhiyun Crane. Just being able to grab the camera and point it up or point it down. I find that tilt adjustment to start your shot is the one that I'm always making.
Well, it's pretty hard to not say that the Ronin kind of came out the winner here, came out on top on this.
Yeah.
As of this today, I'd have a hard time saying that, you know, the Ronin that's the best one to purchase, I think.
Yeah, I would definitely vouch for it.
All right, so there's a look at the Zhiyun Crane and the Ronin S, which was, I thought they'd be a lot more head and head.
Yeah.
You said, do you remember? Oh, they're all going to be both the same.
I said they were both going to be the same. I didn't think there would be a difference at all.
I think there are some differences in these cranes, and it's good for you to do a little research and see the one that's going to work best for you. I'm definitely a fan of the Ronin after this test, and wasn't sure before going in. But anyway, if you're interested in filmmaking and you want to learn about, you know, move from photography to video and learn those basics and to understand filmmaking better, Kenneth and I have a new download that you can purchase from the Slanted Lens. If you go to theslanted.com, you can purchase a download there and tell them some of the things that it includes.
Well, here's the thing. For me, it's really about investing in a new skill set. It's not just something we're trying to push on you and say, hey, check out this thing, you'll learn to shoot cool video. Now, this is about investing in your business. So we take you through and show you all the skills that you're going to need to know how to produce a video from the beginning to end. Everything from what settings to use on your camera, because it's very different than the settings you're going to use for photography, to how to light it, how to set up audio. Audio is huge. It took me years before I really got my head around how to get good audio from the videos I was shooting. So we cover all that stuff.
All that information is going to help you make a transition from still photographer to a videographer. We really teach it from that point of view. We know you understand what an aperture is. You understand what a shutter is. We're going to show you how to apply those things and again, a new skill set to be able to do videos. So get over to theslanted.com, check it out, and get our download today. So keep those cameras rolling.
And keep on clicking.
Here, let's just start the whole thing.
All right.
Do you guys want to turn on the
Yeah, it would be nice if they weren't like a dead bird.